Discord, obviously we have trade tracking. There's a 4-hour trend trade that came in. GPT 4-hour trend, it popped up here, and we're gonna go take a look here when that popped up. And on that, we also take a look at the 2-hour. It also has a 2-hour trend. The RSI is at the bottom. And looking here, we have the 1-hour, which has been a red trend, and the RSI is at the bottom. And once again, with all these RSIs at the bottom, the 30-minute, the 2-hour, and the 1-hour, it doesn't seem like we'll have that big of a push right away from this 4-hour trend. We're probably going to get a bounce up, and then we're going to see that push. But let's dig into this trade so we can see how it went down. First thing we need to go here is to our 4-hour trend, which we do find right here. It did pop off right here. Now this alert would have got you into a position where the 4-hour trend would have popped up right here, and it would have been on this candle here. Now remember, as we took a look there, we also noticed during this time, I'm gonna jump over here just because we have our RSIs loaded up over here. So right here, as we take a look here, we notice that we have our 4-hour trend right here popping up on this candle. And what's the difference in these two? This candle different? Oh, these are candles. We're in Haki and Ashi. Okay, so that's another thing you guys want to make sure that you're running is we run Haki Ashi candles, Haki and Ashi candles, just so you understand. That way it's not making a difference. And I need to always check when I'm doing that. But here we go. 4-hour trend comes in, bada boom, bada bing. And that's because the 4-hour, the Haki candles normally are more sensitive and they don't get pulled out early. So we can see right here that we have our 4-hour trend kicking off on this candle here. Let me slide here, make sure that we're on the same page. Nope, that's the problem. And we're gonna have to slide in here, and let me see where I have my 1-hour. Yeah, 1-hour move right there. Same trade area. Okay. Let me see if we got our 30-minute, what it looks like. And the 30-minute is a moon and a trend right there. All right, so let's take a look here. Now that we have our candles actually correct, let's slide over here and take a look here. We do have a 4-hour trend, right? And on this 4-hour trend, when we take a look, we can see that we have an entry point off this candle, which is basically somewhere off this candle here. So we'll just come at the next candle here. And we'll say that's kind of like our entry area right there. And how this normally works is once you have a 4-hour trend kicking in off of a candle, that's where you most of the time you're going to stay in that trade until the 2-hour trend makes a change on the color, right? And that's where you would be deciding on how you would be closing out of this particular trade. And that 2-hour trend doesn't happen until this point here, which gives us a candle that basically trend here, probably in this zone here. This candle is gonna pop off right there, and I'm just going to put a little line across that. And the reason why is because I'm just going to play these a little bit higher than they are, simply because, you know, sometimes you guys aren't getting the alerts right away. So as it comes down, the trend hits here on this candle. So you should, this is a 2-hour candle, so somewhere in here you should have got out of this candle, and we're going to keep it right there. And that's going to be our trade right there. So let's see how we would have done on this 4-hour trade by simply getting into our 4-hour trend and getting out on our 2-hour trend, right? And what I mean by that is you slide over here, and what is our trade, right? So here's your 4-hour trend. Let's go in here and get the file for the 4-hour trend. And here, so how it works here is when you get a 4-hour red trend, you will actually sell on a 2-hour green trend, right? So to see how that works, let's take a peek. And now that we are in our correct candles, make sure you're using the Haki and Ashi. All right, so this enters up. We get an alert that we have a 4-hour trade, right? Boom, boom, here we go. We get a trend trade alert right here. Here's your trend. It goes off. It comes off on this candle. This gives you an entire, I need to go to 4-hour. 4-hour. There we go. 4-hour trend hits right here. This is its entire candle, 4 hours. It pops over to this candle. We're going to move this down a little bit, and we're going to get a bad positioning saying that we got in at this bottom candle here. And then we're not going to get out of this trade until we get a 2-hour green trend, right? Which is, we go here. And we can see here as it goes down, the 2-hour green trend pops in right here, which would be the top of that candle. Let me take a look at the 3-hour to see if the 3-hour is a little bit better at finding what we want, which it does look like we do have it right here. So it looks like we're gonna hold this. This 3-hour trend would have been this candle anyways. So at the end of the day, if you waited to the 3-hour trend, because a lot of people ask like, well, how do I extend trades? If you wait to the 3-hour trend, you still would have been up in this area here. That's why going with a little bit quicker trend, the 2-hour is the way to go. And as we can see here, we have a 2-hour trend that pops up right here. And we have a green moon and a green trend. So that definitely would be the time to get out of that trade. The only reason to hold that trade was to look at the 2-hour RSI and say, you know what, I'm gonna let the 2-hour RSI finish up, and after it goes all the way back down, when it bounces on the next one, then I will close out of this trade, which would be somewhere off of this bounce here. Or if you're really going for the gold, you would wait until it touches the bottom, and you'd wait till somewhere like right here. But that would be you going all out, having cojones of steel and deciding to ride it out. But you can basically allow that 2-hour, since the 2-hour RSI on this trend is already almost at the 90, it only needs to get to the 100 to head back down. It heads back down and it bounces right here. That would be the place to get out of this trade. I wouldn't push it hoping to get it the next one all the way down. That'd be a little much, but I would say the minimum would be pushing it till you got to about that top of that candle, because you're not going to hit the bottom of that candle. You're not always watching. So we'll have that as a secondary target. So let's see how we did on the normal target, which is the 2-hour trend gets you a text message, right? You get your text message. It says there's a 2-hour trend on GPT. It goes here. You have 2 hours to get there. And let's say that you signed in and you got at the top of that wick, which is literally almost impossible because at the top of that wick, it would fall down. So more than likely you would be lower than this particular close, but we're going to keep it at that level just so that we can see the actual pricing of what we have. That way we can get honest like averages of what these trades make. Okay, so now going back to our entry, this would be our entry key right here. Let's go ahead and put a position here. So from this point here up to the entry point, or the entry point, let's see how much this trade made, right? Simple trades, simple things. These are not hard. These are academy trades. These are what the indicators were built for. These are what they are built to make money with. This trade right here, look at that trade. GPT, if you would have listened to your 4-hour trend, got in and shorted it, and when you do a 4-hour trend, you hold a basically a 40% or 50% stop loss on your money. If it's a lot of money, right, if you get the more money, you want to at least have a minimum of 25% on your stop loss, just in case there is a wick up. I like to keep it at, if you're doing a 50x, I like to keep it at that 50 stop loss, but you can do it at a 30, maybe 35, but I don't recommend anything lower than a 35% stop loss. 15% stop loss is what I like. 35% is minimum. But as you can see here, by entering here, going down and closing off on that very first one, 17%. Now keep in mind, we are rocking this 17% times 50. Okay, so that would be 170% times 5. You can easily do the math on that, guys, right? And you're saying, yo, VC, what is that, man? How much is that? Well, let's see, man. Let me pull up the calculator just to get the exact number for you. Don't allow. We're going to slide over here. Let's slide over to the calculator. El Calculator. All right, so we have 18%, right? So we're going to just call it 17%. That's going to be times 10. That's 170 times 5. That's 850% on that one trade. Okay, and that's how you do it, guys. That's how you use your 4-hour trend to get out on your 2-hour trend. That's how it's done, man. Very easy, very simple, guys. Good luck, God bless, and remember, these are tracking trades all the time.